Good morning. Welcome to Hobby Evolution. Here we are at episode 475. Welcome to the weekend. It is Saturday. Just going to be a quickie. I actually was going to not go live this morning. Had some things come up yesterday, so I was away from home for all of yesterday and not until last night. I've got to run here shortly. So I didn't really do anything hobby related. I was on my phone off and on throughout the day yesterday, but just didn't do much hobby talk. My head's kind of frazzled, so I really I just wanted to pop on, get episode 475 in, and run. So I really don't have anything to talk about hobby wise. The Badgers were on last night. Um, did not perform well. They performed okay. They played Michigan State here in Madison at home. Just didn't shoot the ball well. They were without one of their big men, Tyler Wall, which you could really tell kind of stymied their game, especially when it came to rebounding. They were getting the offense was working well. They were getting good shots. They were taking good shots. The shots just weren't falling. So I like that better than just a herpy derpy offense in terrible shot taking, as opposed to taking good shots, running a good offense, and the shots just don't fall. So that bodes well, but they'll probably drop out of the top 10. I was surprised it was the first top 15 matchup at the Kohl Center since the 2014-15 season, which I guess the, the last few years the Badgers haven't been ranked that high. So I was kind of surprised. They were in the top 10, number 8 this week, but they're probably gonna drop. I don't think it'll hurt too much because Michigan State was ranked, I think, 14th, but they will probably fall a couple slots. But as with every college basketball season, the top 25, it's topsy turvy, wins and losses. And, Gonzaga has 2 losses. They're still the best team in basketball. Gonzaga is still my favorite to win it all this year, despite some hiccups this season. But they're just so well rounded, great chemistry, super high talented players. So I like Gonzaga, and they fall. I think they fell like as low as like 6 or 8 in the rankings, and it's like, come on, just because they took a couple on the chin, they're still the best team in basketball, in my opinion. But everybody's got opinions, and a lot of those opinions among the voters were that they were. But I think they're back in the at least the top 3, if not. I don't even know who number 1 is, because it's like every time somebody loses, they fall, and it's like, even though it's just the ranking, the whole ranking system. I could do a whole show on rankings, but I won't. So I was planning on actually recording some nostalgia breaks. I here's how just sometimes we do things, and it's like it must be in our subconscious. We know something is going to pull us away, because yesterday morning I talked about I was up at 4:30 for no reason. Well, it actually turned out to be good that I got up that early, because I got a lot of work done early morning, and then I was like the rest of the day was shot, and I wasn't able to get anything done the rest of yesterday. And then I worked late Thursday night. I was loading and the plan, and here's the plan. The plan, and you know how plans work sometimes. So we had custom built uh, uh, shelving units, built-in shelving units installed into our living room. Yeah, and they came yesterday at 10 a.m., which is right when we had to run for something. And so I knew going into Friday, it's like, okay, they're gonna be building, and making noise in the room next to my office. So I'm gonna get all of my office stuff done, before Friday, and then I'll just devote Friday to shipping and any sorting or anything that I need to do down in the basement. And so I uploaded some cards and shipped during the day Thursday, and then Thursday night I spent some more time uploading additional cards into my eBay store, because I knew Friday I would not be able to upload, and now for various reasons. So worked late Thursday night, and then woke up super early Friday morning, and then it all worked out. I'm still behind, but not as behind as what I could have been if I just, didn't work late Thursday night or wake up super early Friday morning. So that's where I'm at. So I've got to run here shortly, and then when I return home some point today, uh, get to the grind because I think I didn't yesterday actually wasn't, and I look back, and here's the funny thing. It's like when we make sales, and I liken this to selling it at a card show. What's up, Greg? What's up, George? I'm still awake and drinking a beer. I haven't even had a coffee yet. I've got it brewing. I may make a run to Dunkin', just to get a sandwich, although they don't have my power breakfast sandwich, so I don't know what I'm gonna do. Um, but anyway, where I can't remember what I was talking about. Oh, my eBay sales. So I liken it to card show sales where I go in and I have like a number in mind. And, when you think about that number that I have in mind and that I, either reach or get close to reaching is a lot when you're selling 25-cent cards. And that's kind of why I want to expand into the dollar boxes, make that money flow quicker. But then and then you get to that mark and it's like, well, I should make more sales. And then you like double your sales. Well, how can I make even more sales? And I kind of feel the same about eBay. And I look at the numbers and it's like, man, today was a slow day. And then I start looking and adding, and it's like, oh, wow. It was a better day than I thought. So I look back and it's like, man, yesterday was a slow day, but actually it was actually a decent day. Wednesday was a slow day. Wednesday was actually my worst day in a while. Wednesday was my worst day, and holy cow. So Wednesday was my lowest sales day since New Year's Day, and only by a few bucks. Wow. That's how bad Wednesday was. So the last 30 days, Christmas Day and New Year's Day were my worst sales days. And then Wednesday, January 19th, which I think is right around the time. What's the most depressing day of the year? It's around this time. Can't drink all day if you don't start in the morning. Fortunately for me, it's 10:20 p.m. That's the best thing about slow days. They're never as slow as we think. Yeah, absolutely. So my Saturday sales, and I don't know when the eBay clock starts. I've got to look into it more, because like sometimes I start and if I sell a bigger card and it's like, oh wow, hey, I'm off to a good start, but like right now I'm off to a really crappy start. But it tends to hit the daily averages. So what else? That's about it. So I am gonna hammer out a nostalgia break at some point in the next few days. I don't know when I'll post it. I've decided just to do them, and then if I decide to get fancy, and then I'll look into editing. But right now I'm just gonna do like a random break video on my breaking table. I'm gonna do it with my phone and then upload it, do a little graphic, and that's about it. So nothing fancy. By the way, George, thank you so much. George nominated me for the YouTube Card Hall of Fame, which I am not deserving. I just get on here, turn the microphone on, turn the camera on, and just talk about random stuff. But I really appreciate it. Yachty sucks. I hate Yadier Molina. Is he retired yet? Please tell me last year was his last season. He's done. Buster Posey retired. Yachty should just go out with Buster, and we never have to watch Yadier Molina play baseball. At least in the Major League Baseball. He can go down to another country where I can't see the games. George prepped a few vintage cards for SGC tonight, sending it with a group here in Korea. I'm getting the itch to make my submission. Back when this was just when cards were a side hustle, I had this huge pile that I'm going to submit all these to SGC. I'm going to do the run of Ernie Banks in SGC. And then now that I'm doing cards full time, it's like, okay, pump the brakes. But there are cards in my Cubs collection that I do want slabbed just for authentication purposes for my own. I like the SGC slabs, and I like vintage in slabs. I think a T206 to me, in like a card saver or a top loader, looks like crap. Now I love the card itself, but for like displaying, like just showing off, like, oh, here's a T206 Joe Tinker, and it's just in a top plastic. I think it looks like crap. But in that nice little SGC tuxedo, it looks beautiful. Magnifique. It's that I don't know. I don't know any foreign language. Yachty's in for this season if it ever happens. Oh man, fingers crossed. I think they're meeting again this coming week. I thought by now, and I talked about this a couple times, on the show. I thought by mid to end of January was when they would finally get a deal settled. I don't think it's going to happen this month. I think it's going to be into February. I think it's going to run right up. It's going to butt right up against that reporting date in mid-February. So I was wrong. My initial thought. Now, hey, if they come to an agreement on Tuesday or whenever they're meeting, it's still a little later. Like I thought, like by now, I would have thought like by now or right around this date, the 22nd, would be when they would have a deal knocked out, because I knew it wasn't going to get done in December. I knew it wasn't going to get done the first week of January because there's still that holiday hangover. They negotiate the second week, and then by the third week, they're all ready to go. So was wrong about that. Sometimes a slab can really enhance some cards. Absolutely. Absolutely. Would be cool to see what you eventually end up with. Yachty and Wayno will go out together. George has 59 Gibson, 55 Mays, 55 Barlick. Very cool. So that's I'm gonna run. It's almost 7:30, so I've got to run. Thanks for tuning in. Just kind of a lot going on personally the last couple days. So just wanted to get on and just talk and get an episode in. But all is well. All is well. Everything's well. Just had some things come up. They have been taken care of. That sounds like we've been watching The Sopranos. That sounds like mob-like. We've got some issues arise, but they've been taken care of. Nothing like that. So I'll be back on. I will go live tomorrow. I'll have more to talk about tomorrow. And I think there's going to be a hobby roundtable tonight. I'm going to try to pop in, but like I said, I've got some stuff going on that I don't know if I'll be able to jump in tonight. But I might be able to pop in for a little bit. So that's on Herman's channel, 3B Collection. So check that on YouTube. My goal for this year, 1,000 subscribers, and I'm getting closer every day. I think I'm at 533. So if you're not subscribed, please hit subscribe. I'm going to provide much better content than what you've heard today. Isn't that that sounds like a lame PBS plea? If you like what you watched this morning, what's wrong with you? This was the worst of the worst shows. But we promise we'll provide better content in the future. Probably just me, Dan, and Herman. That's fine. I'll just if I can break away, I'll pop on. So that's what I had for today. Really crappy. I need to check this. Okay, so I'm going to run. Thanks for tuning in. I'll be back tomorrow with more content, I promise. And maybe I'll see you tonight on Hobby Roundtable. Check that out, 3B Collections channel. Have a great Saturday, and we'll see you tomorrow.